Now, I mean, your son could say to himself, well, I don't even have to finish school. I've made it. Like, they can do that. They can literally get to that point where they can make it, whether it be off of social media, some kind of content, it literally can blow them from there.
So I think it's very much one of those things where, yes, you're right. There are people out there who say 2 funny lines on TikTok and then all of a sudden, they got 1 million followers and this and that and the other, and they're making millions and whatnot. What I do find is that a lot of those people who are in those positions, the millions of followers and the money and all this kind of stuff that goes with it doesn't seem to last. Something will happen a few years down the line where, I don't want to say lack of education, but it feels like lack of education and lack of a foundation to say to themselves, I haven't learned this, I haven't learned that. And because of that, I'm going to do these wild things that just are so outlandish that could take away everything that I've accidentally built or I've worked hard and built, no matter how you want to see it, in an instant. Because you don't have the basic, and common sense isn't common, but you don't have that common sense to say, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't, live my life like I'm going to be rich forever. Let me at least.
But you say that, and I mean, someone that comes to my head, and let me plug in him a little bit, but KSI, do you know how he became famous? I had to watch some of his story, and I said to myself, this isn't real. There's no way he sat there taking the piss out of his mum.
Yeah, when he was gaming.
Yeah, and gaming. That's how he made it. He now obviously part owner of Prime and got this show and that show and boxing this, and now he's a multi-millionaire.
Because in his defense, he was prepared to do anything, probably including selling his soul, to achieve the same thing with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, when he first started, one of his very first videos was him just saying one word over and over and over again. He said, I'm going to say this word 1 million times. And he sat in front of his computer and said this word over and over and over. And people started watching him, and that made his numbers grow. So,
but are we not saying, I don't want to say I don't even want to say it. My mouth, but genius. Like I'm sitting there, like I'm like biting myself. Don't say it, but genius.
Yeah. Maybe for you,
no, brother, it's genius, bruv. You say that. You say maybe for me. The education you've got, the education I've got, the education Jay's got. All right, probably all decent education. He sat there and said whatever the word was, blah 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 blah. Done that. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
Okay, to give it scale, that wasn't the only thing. He didn't do that.
Yeah.